Hello, folks. Phil Duggan, N1EP, November 1 Echo Papa here again with Maine Ham Radio Society's radioactive video and podcast. Today, I want to talk about Morse code and straight keys. Morse code has been around since, the 1840s, around there. I think Samuel Morse came up with the Morse code patterns of dots and dashes, or dits and das, as we say in the ham radio. And I think that was in 1837, and since then it's been used worldwide ever since in various ways, including the old telegraph system during the 1800s, and then on both commercial, public safety, and military, and as well as amateur radio service. It's not a requirement to know the Morse code to get your ham radio license anymore, but it's still a very popular mode. A lot of people get their ham tickets and still learn the code because it's a lot of fun. It's like learning a new language, and even in tough band conditions where the signals are weak and there's a lot of noise, the human ear can pick out those weak Morse code signals easier than some of this computer software can sometimes. Although the computer software is in these digital modes is getting better and better all the time. So, but anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about Morse code, and I have a couple of guests with me today. But and I wanted to specifically talk about straight keys, which in the old days was called a telegraph key. But it's basically, you've seen them on TV or whatever in the movies, and I can use this to just send some dots and dashes. I just sent, this is N1EP, which is my ham radio call sign. And this is just this straight key is just connected to a code practice oscillator, which you can very easily make kits from. You can get them on Amazon.com and very cheaply, and make the kits. And good way to practice Morse code. But I have several straight keys, which I'll show, and including my bencher. Let's see if it'll make it out here. This is the one I use most of the time, only because it's got such a heavy base. It doesn't move around the desk. Now, and it's a lot of fun. There's even a group called the Straight Key Sentry Club that we're going to talk about a little later. And they get on all the time, every day, with just about people making contacts and trading numbers. You have they issue you a number when you join it, and it's free to join. I joined early on. I got number 135. Now they're up more than 24,000 members worldwide. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to a couple of guests and take a look at some other straight keys. I have a few others that I'll show, and as well as my guests. And so I hope you enjoy the show. And if you do, subscribe to my YouTube channel or podcast, and get in there and give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And I appreciate it. So with that, we'll go on to the next segment and talk to one of my guests. Okay, we're here with my guest, Chuck Lebo, AC1BS of the Trenton over on the Mount Desert Island. And Chuck's here to talk to us about Morse code and his straight keys and the Straight Key Sentry Club. So what got you interested in Morse code and using straight keys, Chuck?
Well, I've been licensed since 2017 in January, and I used the best path possible to go and to get my license. I did some studying from the book and read all the questions and all the answers, and seemed to retain enough to pass all 3 exams at once. But I felt kind of sheepish about it because I really took the easy way through, and so I decided to try Morse code. Slowly but surely picked enough up of it to communicate, which is quite something. I've got a math background and IT and coding background, and so that seemed to fit right in along with languages. So there it is.
Yeah, very good. So, why did you choose? I know you like to use straight keys a lot, or is that your only type of key you use, or and if so, why did you choose a straight key?
Well, I started off with a paddle. I took the first CW Academy and the second CW Academy, which prefers a paddle, and so I started there. And but I found, of course, my head copy needed a lot of work and still does. And a straight key, where they're sending with a straight key, uh, around 15 words a minute, I could actually decipher some of it. So that's where I got into the straight key, is to follow the guidelines of a straight key.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. What kind of key do you use? What is it?
well, I think my favorite key is the bencher. It's the one I use in the car.
Oh, that's what I have. Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
And
Yours is shinier and cleaner than mine.
It's got a really light touch, and I seem to be able to send pretty well with it at 15 to 20 words a minute.
And it doesn't travel all over the desk when you're trying to send.
I think I like it the best because it's the lowest to the ground. I tend to keep my elbow on the table. But I did try a vibraplex.
Okay, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah.
That's built from the parts that I guess that they use the standard vibraplex. So it's taken some getting used to, and it's higher off the table. And then for Christmas, this one won't move anywhere. That's a Bengali.
Yeah. Now, is that an actual Bengali, or because I didn't see the logo on it when you showed me the picture one other day? Is it?
It's because AC1BS inside on one side and it says Spark on the other, and I've got the box to prove it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It is okay. Because I'd like the blade. I want to order the blade one of these days, not the Spark, but the blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that looks like it's got a good heavy base to it.
It's the heaviest of the whole bunch. It's nothing I want to use in the car, I don't think.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I started off with the little MFJ paddle, if I can get it free here. And that's, of course, spring loaded rather than magnetic loaded.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got one of those here. Yeah.
I found my dits were lazy. I kept moving the spring around to get it right and never could.
Huh.
So I went to the vibraplex key like that.
Yeah.
Magnetic return. And I have a lot better luck with that.
Yep. But it sounds like you got a good collection of keys now.
I've got what? Oh, I got one more here that I haven't tamed. That's one of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Is that a bug?
But I haven't. Yeah, that's a bug.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and there you go, right there.
I haven't been able to send with it worth a damn yet, but
yeah. Now you've built some QRP. What are they called? QCX kits.
I built a QCX kits from QRP Labs, and that's the 20 meter.
Oh yeah.
Compared to my hand.
Yeah.
So they built a 20, 17, 20, 30, 40, and 80.
Yeah.
And wind the little toroids and solder the pieces in.
Yeah, and they're all for Morse code for CW, right?
All exclusively CW and just one band.
Yeah.
But they're a lot of fun to build, and especially in the wintertime.
Yeah. So.
And this is the one that I haven't fired up yet. It's ready to fire up in a line.
Okay.
And that's the size of. You can see my hand. It's
pretty
small.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to plug it in and see if the smoke comes out or not.
Yeah, very good. Now, you got interested in the Straight Key Sentry Club. Could you tell me what got you involved in that?
Well, I think the biggest attribute was that it was slow speed, and the more I got into it, the more pleasant I found people to be. And they put up with a lot of sloppy keying for for a while without being snarky about it, you know.
Yeah.
And so I've made a lot of friends amongst that group.
I've noticed on CW, it's in general, they seem to be very good group of people, and they're very nice. Yeah,
So I've made a lot of friends in the process, and you
yeah.
know, I've started to memorize a lot of the calls and stuff. But
Mm.
there's a fellow named Bert in France, Bertrand, and he has the most lovely sending key at 15 words a minute, and
Yeah.
he's what I aspire to, I guess.
Yeah,
What a friendly, peaceable guy.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty
I've
good.
really enjoyed working the Century Club.
Right, and they have like weekly and monthly kind of little I don't know if you want to call them contests, but uh, what do they call?
They sponsor events.
A lot of events. Yeah,
The whole month of January is Straight Key Month,
right. Yeah,
and they have people sign up to kind of be we wouldn't say net control, but to be active in Oceania and Asia, Africa, Europe, South America, and it's a wonderful time of year because there's so many people and so many places represented.
yeah,
That's how I managed to get worked all states last year.
yeah. You could do worked all states, DXCC, all that kind of stuff, just with a straight key and probably just with the Straight Key Century Club. Yeah, there's people members all over the globe.
So you start out with no category, I guess. And when you make 100 contacts, then you become a centurion. And with another 50, you become a tribune. And then it's a long 400 contact slog to become senator. And
Yeah,
so if you find a fellow that's an S,
yeah,
has S appended to his number,
yeah,
he's been at it a while.
yeah. I have one of the early Straight Key Century Club numbers from one after right when they formed it, but I've never collected. I mean, I always get out there and I give my number and all that, but I've never really kept track of it. So I'm just plain number 135. I don't have a C or anything after it because I never really applied for it. I never, but I probably should.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of fun, and the people that are aspiring, will post what they're looking for and what they need. So you'll oftentimes find a fellow that says, "Oh,
on the internet, you mean? On the internet?
Yeah, you can use the SKC logger on the internet where these people gather."
Yeah.
And last weekend was Weekend Sprint, and there are over 300 people on the SKCC logger.
Yeah. They also I like on 40 meters on the old novice part of the band. They have a call-in frequency for newbies and if you're just getting into Morse code into CW, it's a great place to make contacts on 7114. Usually there's someone listening to that, and you could be in there at 5 words, 2 words a minute, whatever you want, and hopefully someone would come back to you, and they'd slow down enough to work you. And it's a great place for newbies at CW to meet, and I like that about the club there. No, and there's no cost to join it. Yeah.
There's no cost to join it. No.
Yep. Just apply for the number. Anything else about straight keys or CW that you'd like to share with us, Chuck?
Well, I just say Straight Key Century Club is a great place to start if you're interested at all in CW.
Mm.
The thing I like about CW, of course, it's very narrow band and it reaches pretty well. And it's not an FT8, or a digital that pulls things out of nothing, but
Yeah.
it's being an old-fashioned kind of person and a historian as well. It appeals to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I don't send very fast. I'm a pretty slow operator, but I love getting on there and making contacts. It's to me, it's kind of like magic or something, you know?
It's a lot like magic.
Yeah, because radio itself is a lot like magic too, but
And
yeah.
of course, I'm pretty religious about sending out, my QSL cards and
Yeah.
back.
Yep.
So these are the ones I haven't filed yet, and they're holding the Bengali up so I can use it. I have to sort of tap it down like that so it's
Yeah.
not fly off the bench.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to tame that someday, but all in good time.
Yep. There you go. Well, I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us there, Chuck. And
It's always a pleasure to contact you, and I'm hoping for breakfast pretty soon.
yeah, hopefully we'll get some eyeball meetings again. So very good. We'll catch you later, Chuck. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for asking me, Phil. And 7-3.
7-3. There we go.
All right, there we go.
Okay, I'd like to introduce my my guest is Jeff Hanscom, KA1DBE from Bahaba, Maine, and Jeff is a real fan of Morse code, and especially when it applies to portable operations and low power. So, Jeff, why don't you talk to us about Morse code and what it appeals to you?
Okay, well, first off, I know a lot of people don't know me. I'm Jeff Hanscom. I'm from Bar Harbor originally, but I spent some time in the South, hence the little Southern twang that I have. But I'm back, and I've been doing Morse code for 42 years because it was required when I got my license, and it's something that I just kind of stuck with through the whole time, and I really enjoy it. And I have a few pictures to show, and I actually have one key here, which this was the baby that started it all right there. That is my Radio Shack key from 1979, and I made the base for it in wood shop. And my Navy knob is actually a door button, a drawer button. And I had this key till I joined the Navy, and I gave it to Matt Horton, W1MRH, because he didn't have a telegraph key at the time, and he gave it back to me 40 years later. So I'm back in possession of it. So he held on to it.
Well, there you go. What comes around goes around, right?
That's right. That's right. But well, I really love the code, and I wish I could have put my hands on my notes of my program that I do for like the 4-H and people. But it's funny, Samuel Morse is credited with the idea of Morse code, but it was actually his engineer, Alfred Vail, that I really think he should get more credit than he does, because he actually came up with the code as we know it. He was the one that made the machine that made the lines and dots on the tape, and Morse had a different idea using a book and a grid. So I think Alfred Vail ought to get a little more credit than he does. He is on the patent, but you never really hear from him. You never hear about him.
Well, you'll have to design a straight key and name it after him.
Yeah, there we go. The Vail straight key.
Yeah.
But I guess Morse did have the idea, so that's who it is. But no, I really like QRP. I have a bunch of QRP radios. I mean, a lot of QRP radios. When you said to get my favorite, I really don't have a favorite, but I have 3 that I really
yeah. And for those who don't know what QRP is, that means low power. So it's usually considered 5 watts or less of power.
Yeah, 5 watts or less. And I have one. Let me pop it up here. Everybody has that one rig that they really, really want, And I had mine. I got to find my Zoom meeting back here. I popped it up. And okay, well, everybody has that one rig that they want, and this is mine right here. Let's see. I don't want to share. There we go. There we go. This is mine right here. This is a 10-Tech Argosy. It came out in 1981. I was licensed in 1979, and I've dreamed about owning one of these forever. And I walked into the Augusta Ham Fest 2 years ago, and there was one sitting right on the table by the door, and I told the guy, "Take my money, please." So I am now the owner of one, but this is by far my favorite and most sought after. I have 2 or 3 10-Techs. I have a 509 and I have a PM2A, but this is my baby right here, and I should take it out for a spin more than I do, but this is the one. It's and I
Did
know
you use
everybody
that?
has one.
Did you use that at the waterfront in Ellsworth last year for one of our portable
Nope.
operations? No.
Nope. I used my other 2 that I have on here. I might as well, let me get out of there. Actually, I probably could have just flipped through the pictures, but I have, like I said, I don't have one favorite. I have actually 3, and they're all utilitarian. This is one of the ones that I used at the pavilion, and I put it through in my QSL card just to show the size of it. This is my little HB1B, and this is a Mark II. It's the one with 80 meters. It was a very big mistake of them going to the Mark III and taking 80 meters off this little rig, because this is a neat little rig. This is actually a Chinese knockoff of the KX1 that has the exact same receiver as the KX1, so therefore it's just as sensitive. But I also, last field day, I made all my natural power QSOs with this here, and it took me about, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I had all 10 QSOs in the log, so everybody heard me. So, but yeah, it's not very big. This is a postcard right here.
Yep.
So it's not a very big radio, and this is also my go-to soda rig. If you work me on a Summits on the Air, 9 times out of 10, I was on this radio right here.
Yeah. Now, what's Summits on the Air? Can you just real briefly explain that?
Summits on the Air is where you hike up a mountain. It's got to be 800 feet or higher to qualify, and you have to be within 80 feet of the summit. And once you're there, you send out a CQ, and there's people all around the world that collect summits. There's activators, and then there's collectors, and I was activating one. And
Yeah. So you're doing Mount Everest when?
no time soon. But it's kind of fun. It was invented in England, and it's gone worldwide, and it's a pretty neat thing to do. We have seven summits on the island here, so I keep telling myself one of these summers I'm going to go activate all 7. I've only done 2 here, but it's a nice lightweight rig. It's 5 watts out, so it's pretty neat.
There you go.
And then my other one. Oops. Oh, I'm spinning it around. Hold on. Your call isn't. Oh, here we go. I forgot I had a picture of it. This is how I use it for summit operating right here. And here it is hooked up. I have a small German-made set of paddles. It has a magnetic base. I have a couple washers under this clipboard here, and that mag base stays right on there, so it can hold my my notebook, and I can send code with it at the same time. So that's my whole soda outfit right there.
Yeah, that looks like a palm paddle. Are those palm?
Yep.
Is that? Yeah, that's what I have, a palm Pico paddle for my KX3.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah. Okay.
And now do not ever get rid of them. The company's not in business anymore, so these are very highly sought after. So
yeah.
I will take mine with me.
Yeah. And you bring a straight key as a backup?
Oh yes, yep. Because my first Summits on the Air, I did not bring a backup, and I broke my paddles on the way up. I broke a finger piece off it. had to send code using just the metal, and it was not easy.
Yeah.
So I always bring a key. And then, this is my baby right here. This is what I call the Swiss Army knife of ham radio. This radio right here will do it all. Everything from 160 meters on up to 70 centimeters.
Yeah, I have both of those items there.
Yeah, and I know the the Ellicraft guys are like, oh, the KX2, KX3, but they can't do satellite operations like this little guy can. So
Yep.
it has everything built in. It does FM, AM, CW, sideband. It's just a all-round perfect radio. And I take it traveling with me, and I've done summits on the air with this. I've done QRP to the field. It's a good contest in radio, and just it does it all. So
Yep. Good radio you have in your Go kit.
yes, it is.
Yep.
It's and
Go
its
bag.
big brother, the 857, is the 100-watt version of the same.
Right. Yep.
But it works well. And the other one I wanted to show you, why I like CW. I forgot I threw this in here till I just went by it.
And CW, by the way, it means Morse code, and it means continuous wave, as opposed to the original spark gap. What do they call it? Damp wave? Is that what it was? It was like, yeah, and it was like they likened it to the spark gap when it's ringing a bell. It's not continuous. It will go away. You ring a bell and it's louder first and it dims away. And continuous wave doesn't do that. It doesn't mean it's on all the time. So
it doesn't disappear.
Doesn't disappear unless we have band fading, QSB. Then it might disappear.
then it can.
Yeah.
But the one real reason I like CW is because I always like to throw this one up here, is because you can eat your lunch while you're transmitting. And this is I was up on Cadillac at the old radio station up there. This is my National Parks on the Air. This is my first.
And a sandwich or a hot dog?
First gig. That's a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
I took my sandwich with me, and I was operating and eating at the same time.
Yeah, and you're lucky Yogi the Bear didn't come out from those woods and grab it from you.
I know. I was waiting for the Rangers to come out and say, "Hey, you got to take that antenna out of the trees." But yeah, and that's actually the keyer paddle that I had with me on my first soda run that I broke. I broke the finger piece off and had to use just the brass.
So, all right. So you prefer paddles over straight keys for the most part, or is it depending on what you're doing?
Depends what I'm doing. I actually prefer a bug. Actually, that's my fave. And I'll show you my fave here. She's a little beat, but she's a true warrior. And I use this almost 90% of the time on a bug. This is my Vibraplex Blue Racer. This is a 1960s version. You can see she's a little rough, but she sends smooth. And yes, I have the little adapter on there to slow it down because Vibraplex are notoriously fast when they're slow. So I have that actually on both of mine. I have a lightning bug too that has the same thing on it. But yeah, that's my warrior right there.
Excuse me.
If I have to send, I prefer that right there. But when I'm out doing events and stuff, I can move over. The one unique one that I thought I would never be able to master, which I found out you can master very quickly. And this is my homebrew version. I'm bouncing around the screen, so hopefully I'm not looking down too much. This is a side swiper, and I call this my Home Depot side swiper because everything came from Home Depot except these two terminals right here.
Yeah.
But it's you go back and forth in rhythm. It's every dit da. It's always left right instead of like a paddle that would be left right left.
So as long as you stick with, let's say, the left side would be dits and the right side would be das.
No.
As long as you stick to that, that's right. No.
Yeah, but when you use a side swiper, you don't do that. You if you go to the left on the dit, you're going to the right on the next character. You're going to the left, so you're back and forth at every character.
That's called a cootie bug.
Yeah,
a cootie key too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've never tried one of them.
It's so easy to get used to that when you go back to a bug, you try to treat it like a cootie key. I could not believe it. I only used it like one contest, and when I went to use my bug, I tried to send like on it. It's very easy to pick up. So I'm looking for an official cootie key.
Okay, I equate that to going to England, learn to drive on the left side of the road, which doesn't take you that long. But when you come back to America, you find yourself driving down the left side of the road.
Right, exactly.
And in
I
trouble.
couldn't believe, I couldn't believe how easy it was to get used to it. It was like, geez, but it's fun. You can really send really fast with it too, because it doesn't, you're not waiting. But my all-time favorite key, other than my old one, is this one right here. And unbeknownst to me, this is my J48A. It's a military. I love military hardware, so anytime I can find a military hardware, I have it. I got this at a ham fest for like $5, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can change the picture. Yeah, there we go. And basically all this is a J37. It's got a little 37 right there.
Yeah.
With a cover on it. Well, I showed this to a guy one time, and he was like, "Wow, you have the cover?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That key's worth a lot of money with the cover." So evidently they lose the cover a lot.
Yeah.
But I have one with the cover. So
but, I have an Army flameproof that's kind of similar to that. And I want a Navy flameproof because, being Navy, both of us former Navy. But, it's an Army Signal Corps one. And I did go to two or three Army Signal Corps schools in cryptographic maintenance. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a mill also. I figured all you guys would have a mill. But that is my by far favorite key to work. And I think that's it for photos. I think I'm out of photos. So
so
we can just chat now.
Yeah. So what really entices you about portable operations? Because I know that's one of your favorite things to do. What's the
Well, I like antenna work. Obviously, every time I've been out there, I've had a different antenna. It's because I love to play around with antennas, and I love portable antennas. I like to see how fast you can put them up, take them down. I like to do the radar contest where you have to set up, make 5 contacts, pull everything down, move, set up, make 5 contacts, pull everything down, move. So I'm always looking for that antenna that can get put up easy, really fast, and back down. So but that's what I like about it. And plus I like just being out hiking, and I kind of incorporate ham radio in almost every hobby I have. So there's usually a radio involved at some point.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the portable ops along the waterfront in Ellsworth again there on the the Union River, right?
Yep. QRP to the field.
That's a lot of fun, but late spring, summer. But I don't know. I think I'll probably skip the first one or two that you're doing, because usually it's snowing every time we go. Even if it's in June and you set up there, we go in there and it's either a super cold rain or it's snowing.
I know. It's so funny. And everybody complains about it. And I'm like, I'm fine.
I'm done with that. No more of that.
Now, hopefully we'll have nice sunny weather. It's April 24th, so it's nice and late in the year.
Oh, you've got a date set already?
Yeah, it's April 24th is that's the QRP to the field day.
Oh, okay. And you're going to be setting up at the waterfront?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to shoot for it. Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to get it on my calendar. Hopefully what?
Hopefully things will be relaxed enough to where we can all get together and
probably still stay a few feet away from each other, which maybe have a mask. But I'm thinking by mid to end of summer we can probably do away with the mask. Pretty much everybody will be. Everybody that wants to be vaccinated will be vaccinated. So
exactly, I'm hoping so.
Yep.
But I may bring the Argosy out and run her.
There you go.
She has 50 watts and 5 watts. Got a switch in the back. It disables the amplifier. So So maybe I'll bring that out and run her out in the field for a little bit. But
sounds like a plan.
My all-time fave.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Well, I appreciate you coming on to my YouTube video and podcast.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what you do with it.
Yeah. All right. Very good, Jeff. I appreciate it. I'll let you go.
No problem, Phil.
Catch you later.
Right. Yep. 73.